Assignment number 6. End the questionnaire if the respondent is younger than 18 years. We have a question, that's question 20, where we ask someone's age. So what we need to do is to make sure that if the respondent answers 18 or younger here, that we need to end the questionnaire. So what we need is a statement here, a if statement that probes whatever the answer to 20 is younger than 18, 18 or younger, and then end the questionnaire. So we'll start with the if statements. The statement goes, actual statement goes between square brackets, and that statement would be then if Q20, question 20, Q20 is younger than 19. That means we would be 18 or younger, and in that case we want to end the questionnaire, and we want to end the questionnaire as not successful. So we do not simply want to end the questionnaire, but also as not successful, and that is end NGB. That will end this questionnaire as a so-called screened out. The data of this particular interview will be written to the data file, but it will not be counted as a successful interview. So we have made an if statement. That if statement says if the answer is younger than 19 on question 20, end this particular interview. Let's check it. We have no warnings. We have a warning. We have no errors. Let's run it. Start. What is your name? And then comes the age. Let's first do above 18. And yeah, we go into the questionnaire. What is your gender? I go back to age and I actually now answer below 18. That should end the questionnaire. And it does. It immediately ends the questionnaire. What you also see here, that it does end the questionnaire, but it does not end the questionnaire in a very friendly way. It immediately ends the questionnaire without making clear to the respondent what actually has happened. And that is not a very friendly way of ending the questionnaire. Certainly in an online environment, the respondent might actually be entirely confused. He might rightly think that the interview has crashed or something like that. So we want to tell the respondent actually why we are ending this questionnaire. And we probably also want to thank him for his participation so far. So instead of having this statement here and then ending the questionnaire immediately, we want to create some space where we can actually explain to the respondent what is happening and then end the questionnaire. We will create that space here at the end of the survey, and we need here a way to actually tell the respondent that the survey is ending because he is too young to participate in the survey. We do that by creating a question, but this is not a real question. We are not actually asking anything from it. We are only want to say something to this respondent. So there is no question type here. There is a question ID here. And because this is a special sort of question, I always use a very long IDs, very high IDs for these sorts of questions. So I will use 1010 here. As I said, no question type because there is not really a question. We only want to say something to the respondent. And that is, thank you but you are too young for this survey. And then we still end this questionnaire as not successful. Thing we need to change now is that instead of probing whatever someone is younger than 19 and then ending the questionnaire, we need to send them to the question we just created, which is question 1010. And that will jump to question 1010 here if someone is younger than 19. And there we thank him and we end the questionnaire. Let's check if we haven't made any mistake. Yeah, we have made a mistake. Go to the argument is missing. And yeah, we actually do not have to supply Q 1010 here. 1010 is enough. You can only jump to a question, so the Q to indicate that this is a question is actually not needed. We check it again here. You will see the error is gone, and we can now actually start this questionnaire. If we are older than 18, we still can do the questionnaire, and if we are younger than 18, or 18 itself, we are jumping to the question where we are friendly thanked, and it is explained why this questionnaire is ending now, and the question is ending. So this looks okay, but there is one issue here still. Let's start the survey and let's do the survey. And now we are old enough. And quickly go to this one. This is the last question for the survey we have created so far. So the survey should end now. But instead we get this. We say, thank you, but you are too young for this survey. And the survey has actually been ended as not successful, which completely makes sense because remember, you are going from top to bottom to this survey, and the last instructions are indeed thank you, but you are too young, and then end this survey as not successful. So we need to make sure that people who are following the survey and are successful never get to this part. And we do that by explicitly ending the survey for them, which is end. End does not only end the survey, it ends the survey as a successful survey. So this will already do this, it will end the survey, but let's be polite and let's also, for these successful people, actually create a question, and let's call that 1009, where we say thank you, and then we end the survey. Okay, so if we check this, it should be fine, and if we run it, start. What is your name? It's Opel, and thank you. And the survey is ended, and we no longer get to the part where people are screened out because they are too young. So we have created a end sequence, a so-called end sequence, where we both have an end sequence for the successful interviews, and we have an end sequence for the screened outs. You could have multiple end screened outs, more than the two we have now, but for now we will use those two. We have an end sequence, so let's clean this up further. Let's also make a beginning sequence, a introduction, where we actually welcome people to our survey. Let's simply type in here, welcome to our survey, Whatever you type in on the top of your survey is considered instruction text, and it will be shown in the first screen. Everything is considered instruction text that you type here until the first command that is in your survey. We will only use welcome to our survey. In real life, you will probably have an explanation here what sort of survey this is, for whom you are conducting the survey, why it is important for your respondent to take part in the survey. You will probably also explain how long this survey will take, etc. For now, we use simply welcome to our survey. Let's run this. There we see our instruction text. There we have the start of our survey. Let's not do the entire survey at this point. Let's restart. Okay, one more thing we can do to make this a little bit more personalized than it is right now. We could, for instance, use the respondent's name in a question. After all, we know the respondent's name because that is the first thing we ask. So we could use that respondent name somewhere in a different question to make it a little bit more personalized. How we do that? We do that by creating a so-called temporary variable that we can use in the script. We create that variable by declaring that variable. We do that with text vars, which means that we are creating a text variable. I will call that resp name, respondent name. So that is the text variable I am creating. I will save that here. I will say save this particular question, the name, into respondent name. Then this text variable will be filled with the answer to this question, and I can then use that variable further on in the survey, and I will do that on the next question, question 20. What is your age? And I will so-called text pipe the respondent name here. This is the command for text piping, and it actually means write down whatever is the content of respondent name here. So let's check this. No problems here. Let's run it. What is your name? My name is Frank. And next question is, what is your age? Frank. So this is all working nicely. Okay, so that's it. We have created a if statement where we probe if someone is younger than 19. We jump to the end sequence for the screened outs. We have created a end sequence for the successfuls. We have created an introduction, and we have used our first temporary variables where we saved the name of the respondent and then text piped that name into the next question. That's it. That is our assignment.